All right, welcome back everybody to the 9 and 10-year-old wave of the championship at Obstacle Academy recreational season. So the 5 and 6-year-olds was an exciting event. The 7 and 8-year-olds was even crazier. We really saw the course unlocked. I think during that second wave we started to see full course clears, and then we started to see kids really push the pace. We saw some crazy saves. It's kind of some cliffhanger type of moments. And now we're on to the 9 and 10-year-old division. The course is going to follow approximately the same, kind of route and flow. The obstacles are going to be adapted a little bit. Obviously, they'll be a little bit more difficult, probably a little bit higher up. There's still a split decision baked into the end of the course. The last couple obstacles, they kind of decide which route they go. Once they choose a lane, and we'll see when we get there, but once they choose a lane, they're committed to that lane. So we saw a few epic moments earlier on, and the day is not over yet. So this is the championship for the rec season. They had to do qualifiers to get here. Not only did they have to do qualifying competitions, but they had to podium. So they had to get first, second, or third. And if first, second, or third was already qualified, it would trickle down to, let's say, fourth or fifth, I think in some cases. So it's going to be an exciting event. And we'll head down to the starting block here. Probably get the show on the road very shortly. We'll see you at the start of the course in just a minute. All right, folks. Looks like our cameraman is kind of muscling that camera into position here, the starting platform. We got Tony Huber starting off the wave. See the cameraman kind of zooming in and out as rapidly as he can. On the move, starting the wave off. Obstacle 1, obstacle number 2. Going to be a close call on obstacle number 1. Not quite sure if it was a total clear, but the judge is going to have eyes down there. So this is where it kind of differs from the previous waves. If you'll notice, the athletes don't have those 2 rings. They have to do a good old-fashioned bar dismount, which is definitely going to be more difficult. It's like Tony is finding his way here, opting to do the stand-up method on the cart pole. On the tugboat, we were calling it earlier. Rocking the Obstacle Academy, kind of classic Obstacle Academy shirt. May not quite be lined up for this dismount. He was lined up. Oh, okay. Just shaves off to the side just a little bit onto the balance. No hesitation. No problem on the agility portion. Moving on to this monkey bar zone. This is a long upper body obstacle. From the right of your screen, way off to the left, which is now the right, there's a lot of distance to be hanging from just your hands. A little short on the dismount. Totally fine. Cruising along otherwise. No issue with the magnetic rope swing. Up the ramp, jumps right through the rope. So now it's decision time. He barely even looks at the claw hooks. They'll have to go ring to this new sort of dog bone hold. We were kind of calling it dog bone, bow tie, eyeglasses type of thing. That thing is tricky. It's not quite a trapeze bar, not quite a classic hold. It's something totally different, and this is where the difficulty really kind of has ramped up. Previous age groups had a couple swinging holds. Now the 9 and 10, the difficulty gets cranked. They're on these cliffhanger ledges up there. Awesome job out of Tony. It's always really tough to go first, but puts on a great performance, scoops up as many points as he can. It's 1 point per obstacle, so if you fall, your run is not over. Up next, we have Mr. Dion. Dion's on the intermediate team here. Stellar athlete. He's always got some hilarious input. We always ask questions to get the kids thinking during practices, and Dion always comes out with some of the best answers out there. See him build up his swings here. Judge Skinny is there to offer a little support and encouragement. Nicely done. Lachey's into a perfect seated position as intended. It's onto the rope pull. He's doing the 1 knee up, 1 knee down method. Very controlled. Took that one seriously. Putting together a really great run. Nicely done so far out of Mr. Dion. It looks real comfortable on his feet, rounding around the halfway point in the course. Again, this is going to be a much more difficult course than the athletes here are used to. Nice save. It looks like he tried to reach in between the base and the bar. A nice save. Nice kind of one-handed save. He's putting together a great run. It is a championship course, so it certainly will be it's going to be a challenge to get a full clear, but from what we see so far, we're seeing some confidence out of Mr. Dion here. No issue. Kind of a nice clean run all the way up to this point, and he's given himself all kinds of time here to finish the last couple obstacles. He really just has these 2 obstacles left. It's sort of an unfamiliar hold here. This one is going to be tricky. See if he saved any energy. He had kind of a nice powerful run all the way up to this point. Just comes up a little bit short on the Lachey, though, so that's his first miss. We'll see what he has left for endurance. Starts to feel out the cliffhanger ledges. They're about 1.5 inch ledges, so it's really just enough room for your fingers, and it is a lot to ask at the very end of an obstacle course. Just fumbles the cannonball a little bit. Looked very comfortable on the ledges. Great run out of Dion. Way to bring your rec season to an end. Up next, we have Ronan. Smooth through obstacle 1. Little hiccup on obstacle 2. Is able to save it, though. On to obstacle number 3. So we saw Dion complete this one. See if Ronan uses Dion's method. Nope. Ups to land on his feet. Takes just a second to look at the athletes in the warm-up area. Onto the balance obstacle, a little tippy, but no issue. Real smooth, calm run so far, just kind of collecting 1 point after another. Right through the magnet rope, no problem. Skips the second rope swing altogether. Onto the bone zone. There's another look at the angle. It's actually an upward lache on a new hold. He does have the swing. You can see his toes just barely nick it. And he comes up a little short at the end of a course. To generate that much power on something unfamiliar it's a lot. We're still seeing a great performance out of Ronan. Let's see if he can make the transition. No problem, no issue hanging from one hand on that tiny ledge. Kind of the cliffhanger pocket birdhouse type of obstacle. Just barely fizzles out with one hold to go. Awesome performance. Cameraman swings the camera around, yanks it up and down a little bit, shakes it, aims it at Bone, our next athlete, Henry. Henry, I don't think I have said Henry out loud. It's almost strange. Some of the kids with their nicknames that have been their nicknames for years, I see their actual names written on the screen here, just doing commentary. Bone is a phenomenal athlete. He's on one of my teams currently. He's a character, works unbelievably hard. Really lately has been working on channeling all of the explosive power and tenacity and trying to funnel it down into a controlled approach to things while remaining optimal. You know, so you want to get through things, and sometimes being smooth is just faster than, you know, being forward recklessly, especially when it comes to the dexterity and the control required. You could see him wince just a little bit, recognizing that he took that extra swing. He had something up his sleeve. Skips the second lache component altogether. His hard work is paying off. These kids get pushed during their practices. This is looking like a walk in the park to Mr. Bone. Don't imagine he'll have a ton of issue on this very last hold of the whole course. Turning the whole championship course, the entire championship of the season, into an all-out speed course. That was insane. That was just one unbelievably fast movement after another, optimizing direction changes and flowing one obstacle into another. That's exactly what you'd like to see. Ducks down. What a great run. Up next, we have Santiago. Santiago is another intermediate athlete here. He's always a fun kid, always brings a good spirit to practices. Nice, clean dismount. Looking really comfortable so far. No problem on the tugboat. Collecting every point so far. Using that long wingspan as a good competitive resource. Just gets a little ahead of him. The downward reach to the ring is a lot of impact to withstand. Getting deep into the course. They know they're going to have to move kind of fast now. Now that the pace has kind of been set early on in the run order. Another nice catch. On to the last grip lane, just comes out, tries for the cross-under method on the cliffhangers, which is really hard to do late in the game, but a great run out of Santiago. Should be proud of it. It is a championship course. It is definitely going to push these athletes. Up next, we got Bowden. Bowden disappears out of frame for a second. It looks like he took the trampoline jump a little bit too hard. That's part of the trickiness of that specific obstacle, is that it is a trampoline jump to, you know, a big yellow block, but the big yellow block is up on its edge, which limits the surface area that you can land on. Kind of the name of the game. When you're trying to push the speed, every once in a while you'll overdo it, but again, it's 1 point per obstacle, so his run is certainly not over. He can still collect all the points that he possibly can. Still zipping along, still pushing the pace. Trying to run as optimally as possible. Gonna have to push the speed a little bit with that singular fall. Maybe eyeballing the dismount? Potentially. Goes for the Lachey last minute, just out of security. Looks like he was looking at the dismount, but last, just to be sure of it, he grabbed that dog bone right out of the air. Let's see what he has left for his endurance storage. This is a very, very hard obstacle to be placed at the end to punctuate an entire obstacle course. No problem, you can see him kind of gritting through it. Nice dismount. That's nice work out of Mr. Bowden. It's a great run, great performance. Way to cap off his season. Down on the starting platform now, we have Aveline. Aveline just breezing through obstacle 1 and obstacle 2. Looking comfortable and controlled on the third obstacle here. This is another obstacle where the cameras will definitely not do the size justice. Tiny mishap. Maybe would have liked a little bit more momentum, but hops right onto the next obstacle again. Each obstacle is worth 1 point. So a singular fall, singular mistake like that doesn't end your run. Threatens the dismount, but what didn't feel quite lined up. Moving on to the extended monkey bar zone. Just downward to the ring. No issue on the dismount. Handful of obstacles left. Still putting together a competitive pace. See her take this one singular breath. Opts to skip the rope altogether. On to the last couple of moves in the whole course. She has time for it. I would like to see her just take one breath here. She has time to collect this point. It's going to be a lot to ask if she dives right in, but maybe she trusts her endurance. These ledges are tiny. It's really tough to overstate. If you can see the position of her knuckles, how far in, her hands barely can go in. Kind of takes a look down. Can see her look at the mats just in case. Looks secure on the cannonball, but she does have to get to the cone. Just barely comes up short. Awesome performance out of Aveline. That is a championship course. Should be proud of your run. Back down to the starting platform. We have Gabriel showing up ready, looking ready. No issue obstacle 1. No issue obstacle 2. It's off the ring onto the static bar, starts to build for the dismount. Maybe second guesses it on one swing, takes one more swing just to be safe, undershoots a little bit. Much bigger dismount than it may look. Does an early dismount off of the tugboat. Takes a couple extra swings just for safety. Smart approach to the balance, collecting points. Onto the extended bar zone. Let's reach downward to the ring. Clean dismount. The last big push. Got 2 obstacles left. Got a minute 45 to do it. Looks like we're gonna see. Oh, yeah. Just kind of undershoots the jump with the claw hook. So we have 1 obstacle left. We didn't get to see this obstacle yet. Everybody kind of has been opting for the bone zone. Once the athletes pick an obstacle in this last lane, their last 2 obstacles, they're committed to it. So came up just a little bit short. Seems like that lane, the grip side is easier and the lache is harder. The other side, the lache is easier and the grip's harder. So it really is kind of a pick your poison. It's a hug from the family, hug from the sister there. Down on the starting platform. Now we have Morgan. Smooth on obstacle 1. Comfortable on obstacle 2. Judge Skinny offering just a little bit of support. Sort of a double kick in the air. Makes the dismount though. Takes the standing method. Probably one of the more optimal approaches there. A little bit riskier, but definitely faster. Kind of the name of the game. Name of the game in this sport. Striking the balance between those two is a lifelong battle. It's a career-long battle in Ninja. Looking at the dismount early here, no problem. Disengages the magnet, clean through the rope swing, all kinds of time left. Opting for the lache zone. We saw this lane unlocked pretty early in the run order, which it definitely lends to more populated throughout the run order when you see somebody clean it up as early as we saw a couple of them clean it up. Onto these cliffs though, this is huge. Might see a full clear here. This reach down to the cannonball is tricky, and then it's not over yet. There's still a direction change on these final 2 holds. Just barely undershoots. That's as close as you can possibly get to a full clear. Just 1 foot dabbed down a little bit. Up next on our platform, we got Sammy Olson. Sammy zipping on through, no stranger to obstacle courses here at Obstacle Academy. Sammy's been in the game for a while. Yeah, he's been in the obstacle business for a while, doing a lot of rec competitions. Always seems like he's having a blast at practice. Calm and patient through the extended bar zone. One extra swing to secure the dismount. Controlled rope swing, skips the second rope altogether. Looks like we got another athlete on the bone zone. Making great time all the way to the end of the course here. One or two moves left and a little under 2 minutes left. Does he have the strength to line up a final dismount? He's pulling with plenty of momentum. Looks like we got another clear. That's a proud Sammy, and he should be. That's a great run. Gets the high fives from his fellow competitors. We have our cameraman treating the camera like a protein shake bottle. We got Adelaide. Adelaide, intermediate team. Hard worker. She's got a buddy. Got a buddy on one of her teams, her and Adeline. Adelaide and Adeline. Kind of two pals in the intermediate tier of the program. Always kind of pushing each other in practices. Looking comfortable. It is a big dismount, much bigger than it looks. Comes up just a little bit short. It's tough. It's high up. It's just 1 point though. Moves right on. Plenty of points left. Sort of a patient and controlled approach here. Let's see her line up the dismount. Perfect amount of power, perfect direction. Smart approach to the balance. Shimmying along on the extended monkey bar zone. 16 feet of monkey bars, and then another big dismount. Transition from static to swinging holds. Recognizes she had the momentum for the dismount, squeezes it through. No issue with the magnet rope. Up the ramp. Across the standard downward rope swing. And I got another athlete on the bone zone. Ring, ring, direction change to a new style of hold. Kind of a mixture between trapeze bar and kind of interesting shape. They're not quite round. They tilt just a little bit. A lot trickier than they look. Got one obstacle left. Definitely has the time to do it, but this deep into a championship level course, it is a lot to ask. However, I've seen Adelaide do some pretty crazy strength-based stuff during practices. I can't imagine that she wouldn't have what it takes here as long as she stays calm and stays lined up. She wants to reach with her right hand. She just needs to be lined up. She's going to be a little bit askew here. There is a world where she can fix this. It is an unbelievably advanced technique to change your direction on a singular strap, but it is possible. You either play the waiting game and wait till your swing circle comes back around. Otherwise, you can kill your swing entirely and cross your opposite hip over, which looks like she's trying to do now. If she would really cross that left hip over her body and just barely comes up short. What an awesome run at Adelaide. Way to show up to a championship. In order to even be here, you have to podium at a qualifier. That's a great performance. Collects tons of points. Up next, we have Everett. Smart approach to obstacle number 1. Smart approach to obstacle number 2. Kind of using all fours to be certain. Which is good. Secure the first couple points. Get yourself into a competition flow without doing anything extreme right off the bat. Then this is the first move that they're really kind of pushed. It's dynamic. It's a huge, huge move downward. No problem for Everett. Onto the tugboat. From the tugboat, wobbly block ring to an offset dismount, kind of a direction change. You get 2 components. You know, you have the 2 rings. Very smart approach to the agility. You want your feet dead center on those things so they don't tip. And the first real upper body kind of test. Sort of a speed bump, kind of in the context of the course. It looks like he underreached just a little bit. Fingertips weren't quite enough to transition from bar to bar. Clean through the magnet, up and off of the ramp. Looks like he eyeballs the claw hook side for just a second. Feels more comfortable in the bone zone. Comes up a couple inches short. 1 obstacle left. Entirely strength-based, but it's a nice run out of Everett. Collects a bunch of points, puts together a great run. Down on the starting block. Now we have Gray. Gray is zipping along through obstacle 1, zipping along through obstacle 2. Probably Gray's last recreational competition. Once they move to advanced teams, they'll no longer be eligible, and it's pretty obvious why. It's pretty obvious why we're. This is a competitive approach. This is fast. You can see the minimal swings. Has 3 minutes left and is already over to the extended bar lane. You can see the cadence, you can see the rhythm with lower and upper body as they cooperate with each other to get through these upper body obstacles quickly. No hesitation. Disengage magnet, lift the feet and go. Couple of moves left onto the bone zone. I've seen Gray do pretty big, pretty dynamic moves. No issue with the bone zone, Lachey. And now she has a couple minutes left, and this last obstacle is a lot. Maybe a 5 or 10 second rest goes a long way, but she fully trusts that strength and endurance. She has shown no signs of slowing down, so maybe she knows it is off. She wants the most competitive time she can get. Looking tough. This is a... Oh, it's so close. Way to push it, Gray. That's a phenomenal run. All the way to the very, very last hold of the championship course. Camera operator is going to slam the camera back into position for Arthur's run. Goes Arthur. Coming out of the gate quick. Oh, the wall run. Claims one of them. It's all right. Got plenty of obstacles left. Maybe got a little bit low on the second portion of the wall run. However, it is 1 point per obstacle. There's plenty of opportunity to get points on the rest of the course. Looking super comfortable now. One tiny mistake. Looks like he just laid there for a second to realign mentally and say, all right, we got more course left. Rocking one of those new Obstacle Academy shirts. looking clean on him. Downward reach, offset dismount, no problem. Picking up one smooth point after another. Magnet rope, no issue. Another one onto the bone zone. Looks like he's sequencing his hands, thinking about what he needs to do. Builds up plenty of swing. Maybe he's skipping that second one. No problem. We saw it done earlier. He knew it was possible. Got a couple minutes left. This last sort of mega grip lane. Almost fumbles the cannonball, but secures himself onto it. Reaches the cone right away. Is moving pretty optimally right now. Needs the momentum for the dismount and has it. That's a nice run. We're down onto the final runner. Diem. Diem going for the safe approach on obstacle 1, faster approach on obstacle 2. Clean through obstacle number 3. It's putting together a pretty competitive run here. Downward ring to the offset dismount, no issue. Magnet ring, disengage, no problem. Putting together a really competitive time. Looks like he's going to use some beta that he saw previously out of a couple of athletes. Zero issue on the last full obstacle. Looks like a full total clear out of Mr. Diem. Really competitive run. That has to be close to, we saw Bone run earlier. Whew, that is a close distance in between athlete number 1 and athlete number 2 there on the men's side. Well, that's it for the 9 and 10-year-olds. We will meet you down on the competition floor in just a second with the awards. All right, everybody, let's head down to the competition floor and see what our podiums look like at the championship for the 9 and 10-year-old rec season.
I'll eat the microphone in a bit, but let's get through the podiums first. In third place for the girls, we have Adelaide. In second place, Morgan. And in first place, we have Gray. Good work, Gray. Good work, ladies. Hop on down. Thank you so much. In third place for the boys, we have Sammy. In second place, Diem. No, Diem. It's very close. I know it is Diem. It's very close. All right. And coming down to a two-second difference between second and first, we have Bone. Right over there, buddy. All right. Good work, boys. Smile big. All right, ladies with the medals, can you hop on up, please? All right. This is your 9-10 podium for the championship. All right. Thank you so much. You guys go ahead. Swing around for a little bit. You can swing around until 6, let's say. Does that sound good? Go ahead, take your...
Before you guys swing around, and then when you guys are swinging around, stay on the course or in the warm-up area. Okay?
All right, go ahead and swing around for a bit, guys. Good work.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for the 9 and 10-year-old wave. Starting to see some, towards the end of the season like this, when everybody's in real fighting trim and they've practiced all season long and they've been conditioned all season long. It's insane to see what they're capable of. So thanks for tuning in, hanging out with us for another season. We have another age group coming up, so we will see you soon.